Okay. Yeah, this has actually been a really productive week for me. Like, so I started a Pokemon Sapphire, and I'm already at badge 8. And like, it's not like I power leveled my team by transferring them over to Ruby version. Like, no, this is like aside from like a 2-hour level grind session, it's just like okay, almost at the end of the game in about 8-9 hours. So yeah, I am actually going to be doing a power level session in Ruby version for the extra XP, but that's just to get the team up to like level 50 for the Elite Four. And then after that, the grind session to actually evolve all the Pokemon that haven't evolved yet, as you do. But yeah, I got like 12 episodes plus the training session episode, which is like, that's going to be like a bonus episode. But yeah, okay, it does help that I didn't have work this week. Okay, technically, I did go into work on Thursday morning, but that was for CPR training, and I'm now CPR certified for another 2 years. Yay! But yeah, like I've also been doing gaming. Did my video editing yesterday. Today I was busy for a decent chunk of the day, and then got back. And it's like, okay, I was busy today. I woke up early. I'm gonna take a nap, and so I took a nap. So didn't actually do any gaming today. Well, any Pokemon gaming. Still doing my IVA games and stuff. But yeah, I actually also got in my new capture device in the other day. Same day I actually got the package from you. So that was neat. And got an update on my AYN Thor device. It is currently waiting to be shipped out of Hong Kong. So yeah, probably another month or so before it gets here. I mean, hopefully sooner, but we'll see. Let's see, what else? What else did I do? Don't know. Oh yeah, I finally uploaded episode 3 of Pokemon Ruby. Like, oh yeah, I finally found that episode. I should probably upload that now before I start on Sapphire. And the Sapphire episodes so far are already uploaded to YouTube, just waiting for the schedule, so that's all taken care of. Oh yeah, so I was scrolling through Facebook earlier, and yeah, I learned from the Everfree Northwest Facebook that, hey, the number 2 light rail line is opened up. So it's like, oh, I can just go from the Chinatown light rail station all the way to 3 blocks to the hotel? Nice! That's gonna make things so easy.
I can remember it's either the lake or sound, but they've been meaning to make that connection for years.
Yeah, I mean, I get into Seattle or around that area anyway, so it's like it works out perfectly for me. Because like I'm always worried about traveling via bus when I'm carrying luggage with me. Because like I mean, yeah, you can bring it out with you on the bus with you, but it just feels not quite right, you know. So having the light rail available like really helps with that.
But sometimes it's gotta happen because chances are some areas in terms of some areas on the light rail might be temporarily closed for maintenance.
but yeah, that was good to hear. There was something else I was supposed to think about. I don't know. But, yeah. So yeah, and of course, as a reminder, or I won't be around next week. So following week doubleheader, unless something else comes up in either of our schedules. Basically, we'll play it by ear.
Again, we'll see how the
But
internet is.
yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, I head out Wednesday morning, get back on Monday. So and the convention actually starts on Thursday, but my dad and the family friend who drives me to and from work, who's also coming with, they're actually working the convention, so they get there a day beforehand to help set up. But it's like, so yeah, I'll have Wednesday all to myself. Yay! And of course, Thursday I'll check out the vendors hall, see what see what they're selling, see if there's anything suitable for a potential Christmas gift for later on in the year, since I don't have Oricon to work with anymore. So like this is like the next best thing. It's awkward, but you adapt to the situation. And then Friday, we're talking next Friday, like planning ahead. Next Friday is when the spring sale for my overseas anime website happens, meaning buy one get one free. So yeah, I'm gonna see what I can get a hold of from there. And next episode, I'll be able to talk about all about what I ordered. Will it be lots of Gundam? Will it be some other more niche titles like Wolf's Rain? Who knows? Only time will tell. Also ended up downloading the first season of Uma Musume. Figure, that's something I could watch on Wednesday. Maybe, we'll see. Either that or I'll just read a bunch of fan fiction. I don't know. But yeah, I found a website that actually uses soft subs, which I really like, because when I do the eventual proper upscale, okay, so it's already at like 1080p, but I upscale it to increase the bit rate for. So yeah, I'm basically just gonna like do that to shove it onto a Blu-ray disc for an actual proper Blu-ray release for archival purposes. Although part of me hopes that something Year of the Horse, that we could potentially get an announcement for an English dub at some point this year. One could hope. But we'll see. Yeah, that was this week. Fairly busy, all things considered, and just like the lack of having to actually worry about work and actually I have more energy than I've had the last several weeks. Just like, okay, yeah, I can get this done. I'll probably have maybe Tuesday. But yeah, it also helps that what I've been doing with Sapphire version is like actually it's what I'm going to be doing for all generations. So like, first game of the generation, just do normal playthrough. Don't cut anything really. unless it's like, I accidentally KO'd this Pokemon. I'm just gonna pause the recording here and come back when it's back into critical range. Stuff like that. But yeah, it's like just normal playthrough stuff. Then the second the second game, it's like, okay, somewhat normal playthrough, but I might like pause the recording for traveling through the routes or something and like fighting all the trainers there. It's like they already saw it the first time around, they don't really need to watch it again. So like the slightly abridged version. And of course the third game, it's like, okay, super abridged version, really not showing off most of the training. Like I'll show off the important story bits, like important characters, rival, gym leaders, enemy teams. Because primarily at that point, I'm basically just playing the third game to show off the story differences. And actually, a fun thing in the third game, I only have one Pokemon to evolve, and that's the starter. Because at that point, I already have everything else. Although now that I think about it, X and Y is going to be a tricky one because like there's only 2 games to work with and 3 starters. Like, is there a way to get? Uh, hold on. Is there a way to get another copy of the starters in X and Y without trading? I don't think so. So what I may have to do is start up a game. We'll say the second game. It's like, okay, start up a game, get the starter, or shove it in Pokemon Bank. Start up a new game, get the other starter, and that way I can have the 2 remaining starters in the second game. Because yeah, Gen 6 really got shafted. It's like it's surrounded by 2 generations that got 4 games. Well, it only got 2. Okay, yeah, there's the Alpha, Alpha and Omega Sapphire and Ruby remakes, but those don't really count as far as that goes. It's like, yeah, on the left you got Black and White 2. On the right you have Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. In between, X and Y. Like, no third or fourth version or sequels or alternative takes. It's just like, no, you get these 2 games. It's really sad because I like Gen 6. It was actually the games that actually got me back into Pokemon for a while before I dipped back out in Gen 7. Anyway, that's rambled on for long enough. So, how was your week? A slight update, I learned that apparently after you become champion, you can actually trade any Pokemon to one of your rivals for, like, one of the other starters. So there is a way to get one of the other starters. So problem solved. I'll just beat up a new version. That way I get my own trainer name on there. Anyway,
Yeah.
go on.
Okay, I'm gonna just go back. I'm just gonna conference my missed twitches. Not much preference for systemics, like I said, I'm going to be carefully selective for the time being, but still find a way to the first card vampire. Pretty easily. One of my creations for this year came in, so next bonus with early say was being able to break in that. This, of course, once I was able to it's so fortunately slight disruption is intersection, but hoping to reach this victory. Eventually. And then close to finish the sheet and yes, these usuals. Prior to still got for early today. this video I didn't do much, but I went to, or as much as I previously did, but I went to Rewind Washington nonetheless. I was able to get at least the high priority ones within budget. Which was a bit of a surprising entry, but still within budget. Sorts on the side. Came back to look for myself. Looks for the things part to pre-show. In terms of the convention itself, attempting to be small again. The majority of the stuff was able to fit in the show planks, but two other buildings that we used, at least for stages. Another way to describe it include from the Samarkand people and this Samarkandish, but most of those things, as well as a few others. And as a result, looking quite good things in rather decently. Again, still wish I was in this situation because I would go a bit further, but yeah, a taste of it at least will have me somewhat prepared for when I can go a bit further eventually. But I'm hopefully in a better situation. Gonna have to look, but things are going to be a bit slow from this point outward.
Yep.
And what? Incorporating movements, so you're most likely, few conventions this frameworks till, finances proof. Basically, I'm not sure if Sucker's going to possible this year, but we'll see.
Okay.
But all I know is that next month, ADEP is another much of a running session of sorts. Somewhat.
Okay. Alrighty then. Ooh. So, this week's episode was a doozy. Like, I'm amazed they crammed so much into like a 22-minute episode. So, basically picking up from where we left off last time. Yeah, basically saying that at a certain point, it's just like non-stop roller coaster. There is no getting off this ride. So yeah, Vile located the next location on the treasure hunt. It's like, ah, yes, we found this place. No one's here to stop us. Took a bit of took a bit of deciphering to understand what the hell Mind Bomb was saying, but we worked it out. like like ah yes, the last clue hidden in that's Carmen Sandiego. What the hell? What is she doing here? we took the thing. How did she? What?
Yoink.
Yeah, as I said while we were watching the episode, yoink. But it's fine. We can work with this. They were on video. They were on video call when the thing happened. I'm sure it'll be fine. Also, they have drones now with cameras, so it's like, okay, yeah, just like spy on Carmen. It's like, oh hey, look, oh she's on the phone or something. Jules. Huh. We should look into that. But yeah, it's like Carmen's been keeping in contact with Jules for help with the translation, and basically it's just like a whole group project with player Carmen and Jules to decipher the ancient Egyptian and the hieroglyphics, because of course it's a dual language cipher, so it takes a bit of time. Like, okay, this is good. So of course Vile's like, okay, so she's clearly getting help with this from someone else. We should probably take care of that. So yeah, the Vile Goons grab Jules. Oh, also Zach, Ivy, and Shadow-san are not in this episode. If I recall correctly, those two are basically keeping an eye on Shadow-san after what happened last episode. Like I said last time, it's like, ooh, yeah, that was a pretty big fall. He's probably going to be down for a bit. It's like, yeah, Jules isn't picking up. This isn't right. Okay, see if there's like a landline we can call. Like, okay. Meanwhile, at the university, Devina shows up. It's like, oh yes, Miss Sargent, I'm here. Are you here? And the phone rings. It's like, yes. Oh, Devino, what are you doing there? I'm in San Diego. But like, they get to talking and they realize that, oh crap, she's been taken. And Carmen hangs up and then realizes that, wait, if Devino contacts Acme, they'll just get all up in her shit and just like make a mess of everything. So she calls the landline back. Like, okay, Devina, like, if you want to help her, if you want to help me rescue her, we're doing things my way. That means no calling in Acme. Like, this is a somewhat solo mission. Meet me at the pyramids. Wait, isn't that in Egypt? So basically, he calls in sick. Of course, like, okay, yeah, he doesn't sound too good. We should probably send him get some soup delivered to him at. Wait, he's where? The hell is going on? But yeah, and the chief also starts another investigation into Carmen. It's like, okay, why did she break into the bank and not steal anything? Of course, going back to Carmen's whole family quest thing, it's like, oh my god, it's a full continuity episode. And it's like, and she goes to the thing, and it's like, wait, that's that guy I shot and killed. Wait, what's, what?
Or did she?
Yeah. But, yeah, so that's going on. Meanwhile, Carmen and Devino are at the pyramids. They spot the vile crew with jewels going into the pyramid. And to be fair, for the most part, they're actually treating Jules fairly decently, all things considered, for being a hostage and whatnot. But like, okay, you helped us decipher the code. We're gonna get in there and okay, looking for a scarab. Oh, there's the sun image. Poke. Oh, hey, a wall. Oh, opened up. Like, yay! They head down. It's like, oh, okay, cat statue. Is this really what the treasure is? So the vile lady grabs it, and of course the floor drops out from underneath, and it's like, you knew that was gonna happen. No, but I'm genre savvy enough to have known that was an obvious trap. Like, have you not watched Indiana Jones? It's a big item on a pedestal in the center of the room. Obvious trap. We're like, okay, we have to decipher the hieroglyphics on the wall. It's like, that's gonna take a while, but no, wait, no, we don't really need to do that. I guess the clue items. Those are the keys to open the door. 1, 2, and crap. Carmen had the third item. Meanwhile, Carmen has Devino distract. I forget her name. She hasn't shown up in a while. It's like the sassy cat lady. Yeah, he's fighting her. Actually, he actually does decently well. I mean, he's not a trained fighter, but he does manage to take advantage of the situation. Like panel, another section opened up, revealing the sarcophagus. Like, oh hey, look, shiny stuff inside. And she looks in, and it's beetles. And like, ah, and he shoves the lid. He shoves her into it and shoves the lid onto it. Like, yeah, he may not be the best fighter, but he adapts fairly well. Meanwhile,
A, I forgot how funny that was. B, let's not forget that he surprisingly got a bit of a memory refresh.
yeah, another bit of continuity. Like, oh hey, it's you. What are you talking about? In San Francisco? Like, you. That was my favorite coat. Of course, Devino also brings up the fact that yeah, he actually had Civil had the during that whole dinner episode in like what season 1, he actually had the opportunity to just arrest a whole bunch of the of vile elites, but of course he didn't know it at the time. So it's like, oh hey, wow, going back that far, nice. Really digging into the continuity here. Meanwhile, Carmen goes down, faces off against the vile goons, and unfortunately she gets stunned. It's like, okay, finally, the final item, and the doors open, revealing a huge chamber filled with gold and treasures. And Jules is actually pretty impressed. Like, wow, this is like the historical find of a lifetime. And of course, Vile's just in it for the money. It's like they need the funding, and this is basically where old Vile stashed all their stuff. But yeah, Carmen gets back down there, gets ready to fight. Devino shows up. Carmen looks at him and is like, do the thing. But you said, do the thing. So he grabs the pen and turns it on. Devino, what's going on? And he just like looks over her shoulder to behind her, and she turns around and it's like, and she sees Carmen defending jewels and a room full of treasure and vile operatives. It's like, what? Okay, sending local law enforcement now. Because Carmen realized that, wait, he has easy access to Acme. If we blow this whole thing wide open and reveal it to everyone, Vile's plans are screwed. Because there is no way they're going to be able to extract all of this in any reasonable amount of time. And the Vile crew is like, crap, 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 crap. Ah! And they rush out of there so they don't get caught. They do manage to capture, they do manage to grab the other Vile lady from the sarcophagus, and I did note that while they're in the helicopter, a beetle was still running across her. So yeah, the whole thing gets the news gets a hold of it, and Devino just like gives Jules all of the credit. Because like, I mean, hey, she deciphered the clues. Technically speaking, she was the one who truly discovered the chamber. Oh yeah, the Val crew, they have a video call with the rest of the higher ups. It's like, oh, that is not good news. Carmen, you'll pay for this. And here I am thinking like, oh yeah, so plotting for next episode, right? Right? We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Oh, the chief visits Jules like, so you did good work there. I mean, admittedly, you're kind of stepping back into the whole agent thing for a bit there, but you did good work. By chance, could we get in contact with Carmen? Because we need to have a little chat because we have no idea what's going on, and we would really like some answers. And Jules points out that, yeah, she's been contacting me via encrypted channels. I have no real way to actually get in contact with her. But, so, long story short, she lays out a few clues in her blog, and, like, oh, the chief wants a meeting at this time and place. So, okay. And later points out, like, are you sure it could be a trap? Yeah, but if it was a trap, Jules would have worded the clues differently. Well, the chief and Carmen finally sit down to chat for the first time since last time. Yeah, that was like what, end of season 2, something like that. But yeah, and the chief's just wondering like, okay, you broke into this bank, didn't steal anything. What was up with that? And Carmen points out that, oh no, I did take something that belonged to me, and she shows the chief the locket with the picture of her as a baby with her dad. Like, wait, you, him, you are his, yeah. But who raised you? Yeah, not my mom. Here's the deal. You look into that, you find her, and I'll tell you everything I know about Vile. I was like, okay, Carmen has got the chief hooked. Like, she wants that info. And it's like, Carmen has proved that, like, okay, she's not evil. So I think we could probably work with her on this one. So afterwards, Carmen is having a chat with Player, And yeah, remember when I said, like, oh yeah, plans for next episode, right? Yep.
This is where a few extra steps comes in.
Yeah. They wasted no time. It's like, they even let player know, yeah, she belongs to Vile now. So, yeah, they got Carmen. I imagine next episode there's going to be some drama, and Carmen's crew and Acme will team up to try to figure out what's going on. Because Carmen has the information that Acme wants, and everyone else wants to get Carmen back. So it's like, obviously, like, okay, let's work together on this one. We'll see. But yeah, 2 episodes remain. But yeah, like that. Oh god, like even it's on a cliffhanger like that. When there's gonna be a break between now and when we watch the next episode, like, oh wow, perfect timing. It's like keep that cliffhanger just like lingering in the back of your mind for just like even longer. Oh, we didn't plan this, but it worked out perfectly.
As I've said over and over again, though, best experience is to marathon the series.
Yeah. Yeah, what an episode. Like full of action, continuity nods, a dramatic cliffhanger, the team up between Devino and Carmen we've been waiting for. The Chief getting back into the game. It's like, yes, this episode had everything.
Not to mention, there's his development as certain trusts are starting to become stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, like Devino not trusts Carmen enough that like when she says like, okay, we're not bringing Acme into this, he's like, okay, fine, I can deal with that. Like, you've proven that like you can be trusted for this, and there's clearly more at risk. And yeah, but yeah, just amazing.
It's also giving Shunt a bit more credits, given that in the past it's usually been the effects.
Yeah. Yeah, the good thing that by this point, with all this stuff that he's gone through, he's learned that like, okay, yeah, I'm not the hotshot that I used to think I was. Like, other people are more have more expertise in some things than I do. I should probably respect them for that. And yeah, like just Devino's whole character arc throughout the story has just been great. Oh.
And also things change around, and Agnes is really cheap for getting a bit closer as well.
Yeah.
Especially since, as I mentioned before, what if it wasn't her that was the shot that traumatized her for life?
Yeah. Yeah, like answers to such questions will have to wait till either next episode or the series finale. Yeah, it is kind of sad that Shadow-san got knocked out of the game just like right as soon as he got back into it. But honestly, like I don't think they could have worked any more characters into the episode. It was like highly compressed down to the essentials as is, and like adding any more characters to it, I don't think it would have worked quite as well.
As I said before, though, I don't think it's going to be out for as long this time around.
No, no.
And let's not forget someone else was also recovering from frozen temperatures.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say probably what happened. Yeah, I'd say that probably what happened is that Shadow-san's back is just like nothing's broken, but he's like severely bruised all over his back from that fall. So he probably just needs like a couple of days to do some healing.
I was kind of also referring to, what? It's not contagious.
Yeah. Uh, oh yeah. Back at the beginning of the episode, like, what? Herman, mind bomb's there. Send him to catch her. And do what? Tie her up in an invisible rope? Don't you know? All you need to do to deal with a mime is to countermine them. They seal they seal themselves inside an invisible box. Bring out an invisible chainsaw. Uh,
It was rather fortunate that the eavesdropping one was through the two-way call as opposed to three-way, because Lord knows what could have happened if Vile got their hands on player.
yeah, that would have been bad. Then again, it probably still would have been easier to track down Jules because she's an adult and an expert in deciphering the stuff. So odds are she probably has a job in such a thing. So it'd be easier to track her down via you know just looking up like okay, who's studying who's teaching this kind of thing. Whereas players like okay, it's a teenager using a pseudonym. He could be in school, but there's so many schools. Where would we even begin to start? You know?
That's I guess it's to let's episode which I team recommends to good one just for design purposes. And speaking of Jill, she was the guest in he was the guest in the segments that a lot of us are currently accustomed to at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amazing episode. Essentially, if you count next to us, basically like a two-parter. It's basically the penultimate episode, and it feels like it too. Then.
As I said before, that flashback is the image that will stick with the Chief for life. So she has to play carefully.
Yeah.
Now that she knows that there's a byproduct of one of her more psychological scarring cases.
Yep. Yeah, she realized that she played a part in making Carmen who she was. You know, just a little bit.
Quite fortunate for the two to realize it was something way too bad. And it's positively, even though there was going to be a boring moment of sorts. And yeah, see things are meant to get a bit more close and personal as we jump into the next story. In a couple months, but
Maybe listen.
But yeah, I can definitely remember a lot of having this during regular watches, and well, those are definitely still prevalent.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like once again, I had to give props to the writers and like the whole team who worked on the show. It's like not one bad episode so far through the entire series. I didn't see any of them are particularly average. It's just been like a wild ride all throughout, and like the quality has just been consistently good. Like, there's been no episodes that left me feeling bored or had moments that had me like cringing or anything.
Basically, here's another example of a show starting off fascinating and then over time getting well, as the old saying goes, there's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah. Okay, got the spreadsheet ready. Oh,
As I said,
go
we're
ahead.
really a month minutes before we can probably remember stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said before, the series always has been glued, so there's glued, and always has been recommending the best way to experience was marathon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, see, like the best way to watch any shows either or like the standard weekly release schedule or just binge watch the entire thing. On a side note, screw Netflix's batch release setup. Like, screw them for that so much. I'll be getting into that later. Here's a hint. It sounds like JoJo. More on that later. Because yeah, they have pissed people off. But yeah, like either binge watch, get it, just go through it all in one go, or a weekly release schedule. It's like, okay, go through it slowly, but like leave yourself time in between each episode to like build up anticipation for what's happening next. Either way of watching is valid.
The marathon is especially recommended when there's always a lead into the next episode that's in other cases would probably have you anxious the week.
Yeah. But sometimes that feeling it makes the next episode's viewing feel that much better. It's like you've waited this time, like the anticipation's been building up. You're anxious, and it's like, what's going to happen? And then finally getting to see that episode, just like, yeah,
It's fair. Almost like you're expecting a good finale boss battle of sorts.
yeah. Well, I just realized, not only are we having extra time to build up the anticipation for the finale, but with the next time being a double header, or we get the finale back to we get the finale episodes back to back. I swear, I did not plan it in the scheduling at all. It's like, I think we just unintentionally stumbled into the best setup for the finale.
I kind of say you'd have it up to a point, because I think most people should know by now how our Aprils usually go.
Yeah,
I'll say this about it. As I've said, I mean, as I've alluded, as I've alluded to, and things like that, it's likely this is going to be a year full of follow-ups.
yeah. But yeah, so how do I think about it? Next time I go into work, which is like the week after next, I'll see about like noting down like, okay, which Saturdays am I going to be working a wedding? That way we know that way we'll know ahead of time which weeks will end up being on a Sunday. And I was like, try to work out the scheduling ahead of time.
Kind of did that last year, actually.
Yeah. It's just nice knowing in months in advance when you're going to be busy on a particular day. Yeah, other than that, aside from like conventions, I don't really. Okay, conventions, and if we end up if I end up moving at some point, that's still kind of up in the air for this year. But I don't foresee there being all that many odd bits of scheduling. But again, we'll see what happens. You know, one of us could end up getting sick at some point and have to like call off until the following week or something. Anything could happen.
And of course, not just you that we have to be concerned about. Well, for me, it's often connectivity that can sometimes be a determining factor. So whether or not I'll end up spending the entire day someplace, I will likely still be in transit throughout the night. That kind of stuff.
yeah, basically life happens, and you just have to play it by ear and whenever something happens. Yeah, like usual, I did my usual searching through Anime News Network and for like news stuff that might not be on the spreadsheet. And wow, it was a busy news week for anime this week. Like I think I have like maybe it looks like maybe 20 different tabs open. Although obviously some of those will overlap with what's on the sheet, but just in case. Yeah, like this is the week where everyone was just announcing like, oh yeah, such and such series is getting an anime or a new season or whatever. Oh, then.
And with Word Season on hold for now, I was able to get one particular area, get through one particular area a lot quicker than I expected.
Yeah. Okay, kicking things off. Hades 2, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S release dates have been announced, and that is April 14th. Speaking of release dates, Pokemon Champions, April 8th. And Mouse, PI for Hire, release date, April 16th. We're gonna just get those three out of the way since like, oh yeah, countdown and start times revealed. Like, okay, I had to go to this other website to like just link them all together. Konami has announced that it is raising employees' base salaries for the fifth consecutive fiscal year. Huh, that a win for Konami. Good on them.
Things they've seen the last few years haven't quite reached the levels that they were once infamous at.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does kind of feel like Konami's been getting better as of late. Like they started doing they've actually remembered about some of their franchises. Like they've been doing the Metal Gear Master Collections, which has been making people happy. Like we have Master Collection 2 coming up. Uh, there's a new Castlevania game. So it's like they finally started getting off their asses. It's like, okay, yeah, we should probably get back into the whole games thing again. I mean, mind you, the Castlevania game is a third party production, but still, it's something with the IP that's happening. So
Then there's still some other areas that could be are still up in the air, but nothing has been added to the to nothing has been added to some shadier points, if you know what I mean.
yeah. On the other side of things, Capcom will use AI, but not for game content. And what they mean by that is, okay, not for game content, but possibly during development. Okay, verifying how to use it in various job fields such as graphics and sound programs. But like, we'll see how that turns out. Like, if they just plan on having it using the AI in like more of a supportive role to help, smooth things out on the latter end of things, then okay, maybe, as long as it's not like actual generative AI. So this seems like kind of a wait and see kind of situation.
Does sound like in general though they have applied some limits.
Yeah. Honestly, this has actually been a decent year for Capcom so far. Like, we got the like new Resident Evil game, we got the Mega Man Star Force collection. Like, the only thing that Mega Man fans don't have right now is a Mega Man Legends collection. And at this point, it's probably just a matter of time.
Nor has there been a new spin-off with a strong start.
Yeah. Like, I think I read somewhere that because the sales for the Star Force collection was so good that yeah, we might consider making a new Star Force game. We'll see. And of course, there's that new Mega Man game that's going to be coming out. So that's a whole thing. That's like other Mega Man franchises. It's like, okay, the Mega Man Classic, Mega Man X, maybe Star Force, and Legends are the ones that are still like no conclusive ending. I think. Honestly, I really haven't looked much into Mega Man X. Whereas like Battle Network and the Zero series, those have conclusive endings. Although technically Mega Man Zero is the conclusive ending for the X series, but I think the timeline diverged at some point, so it doesn't quite match up with how it was originally envisioned. I want to say that at some point, like, okay, at this point in the X series, we're starting making the Zero games, but then they started making more X games, and it's like, okay, that kind of ties a wrench in the whole timeline thing, but whatever. But hey, that's game development for you.
As I was mentioning, I'm not sure exactly what was the intent with the originals and where it was supposed to stop, but I do know that it was supposed to be intent to stop with X, and then the creator left, and then, well, the company basically...
Yeah.
didn't want to let that cash cow go.
Yeah. I mean, like, Mega Man Classic, X, and Zero are all part of the same timeline. So that's like the... I want to say, like, Mega Man Legends is, like, at the far end of that timeline, I think. Was that supposed to be, like... I think that was, like, something like that was the case at some point. Or maybe it's its own thing, I forget. I have watched a few episodes on Mega Man lore and such, but it's been a while since I watched that one. Oh.
Just saying it's well known by this.
Anyway,
just saying it's well known by this point that the there was an intentional stopping point, and then that didn't happen.
yeah. Okay, plural devs have no desire to be a media empire. Okay, whatever they say. I mean, if they stumble into being a media empire, that's completely different. Like, they have a Pokemon-like game. They'll have a farming sim. Like, if someone offers to make a anime out of it, like, sure, why not? Well, if they have if enough money is offered, go ahead.
I think at this point the public's going to have to be convinced that there is potential for a multimedia franchise.
Yeah. Winnie Parker confirmed for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. I still don't know what that game is. Okay, this week in anime news and other associated things, mostly from Anime News Network. The Condemned Villainous Goes Back in Time novels get an anime. Magical Explorer light novels confirmed TV anime in fall. So, what's wrong with Getting Reborn as a Goblin anime streams teaser trailer? Animated Devil May Cry show's second season highlights Dante and Virgil in teaser trailer. Kamekami Girls Rice Mascots gets a TV anime on April 2nd. One Piece anime reveals 2 cast members for the Elbaf arc. Durotan Seal Mascot gets a TV anime. Independent romantic comedy anime unveils more cast, staff, and July premiere. You and I Are Polar Opposites TV anime gets second season in July. Romelia War Chronicles anime reveals more cast and a half-year run. 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You anime season 3 unveils more cast. Kindergarten Wars TV anime reveals spring 2027 debut and more cast in video. Reincarnated as a Sword season 2's new video unveils October debut. New Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha anime reveals new video and a 1-hour July 4th debut. If that does get released in America, we're probably not getting a dub because like everything after the second season was subtitled only.
So there's going to be years before someone gets the dubbing rights.
Yeah. I mean, part of what happened was that basically as the anime was coming out in America, the publisher went under, and basically the publishing rights were basically in limbo until Discotech picked it up recently. And like the first 2 seasons, they were already dubbed, so those got brought over into the new release. But season 3 and season 5 and the movies, no dubs on those. To be fair, they were dubbed in like the mid-2000s, so getting the voice actors back at this point may have been an issue. Anyway, Black Torch TV anime reveals more cast in a July 4th debut. Oh boy, here's what I was talking about before about Netflix and batch releases. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 Steel Ball Run anime's second stage reveals 2026 debut in video. So, apparently they're releasing in stages, which is basically like the in-universe race that's going on is also in stages. So I guess they're releasing a batch of episodes for each stage. But the fact that they're only revealing, oh yeah, sometime in 2026 for the release date after releasing one episode so far. This has pissed off so many people. Because we were already worried about it being batch releases, but, like, this... Like, there's currently rumors that the final batch of episodes won't be out until 2028. Yeah, this is just... What the hell, Netflix? So yeah, we'll see what happens next.
I have no question.
Here's hoping none of the voice act... Go ahead.
I know some stories have a tendency to last a full season, but now I'm questioning whether they lasted for more than one season. Or there's been a story that's lasted for more than one season.
I'm not sure. I'm just hoping none of the voice actors die by the time they're finished with... By the time they actually get around to the end. Got a cheat skill in Another World anime gets second season. The Saga of Tanya the Evil 2 TV anime reveals July debut in video. New Magic Knight Rayearth anime's teaser reveals cast, staff, and October debut. I'm kind of surprised we're getting like remakes of classic anime as much as we are lately, like Magic Knight Rayearth, Ranma. Although in both cases, the anime diverged from the source material at points. Like with Rayearth, the whole second season was like had different stuff going on, and yeah, Ramen had a whole bunch of anime filler and just never actually reached its conclusion. So, I mean, it's nice that we can actually have a chance to get the full, proper story. Much like they did with Sailor Moon Crystal, although even that made some changes and made people realize that, yeah, you know, the original manga was way too rushed. Like, the 90s anime had a point in, like, dragging things out and giving them more character development. Okay, don't get sidetracked. Don't get sidetracked. Sentenced to be a Hero anime gets second season and a game project. Reiren Beyond Journey's End gets a third season in October 2027. Which Atelier? It sounds like a French word. I'm not exactly sure on the pronunciation. Anime gets a 2-episode premiere with same-day English dub on April 6th. Speaking of the Ranma remake, the new Ranma 1/2 anime gets a third season in October. War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius game ends service on May 28th. Never get invested in the Square Enix gacha game. I learned my lesson with Record Keeper. Like, never again.
Speaking of games, I just remembered something interesting I discovered whilst I was out today. Console that is retro-compatible with the cartridge era, including Game Boy Advance, which I used to play a lot.
Nice.
Might
Cool.
put some thought into that.
Sounds good. The live-action City Hunter film is getting a sequel on Netflix in 2027. Oshinoko anime gets a fourth season. Oh god, Oshinoko. It's like, oh god, like, the past few years of manga conclusions have just been like, why? Why did you end it like that? Just like endings where people hope that the anime has an anime original ending because the manga was so like unsatisfactory. That reminds me. So Chainsaw Man ended recently, and the entire internet has been making fun of the ending. Like just using the same image template for every franchise. So just a minor spoiler warning. Basically, it was one of those. Okay, I'm gonna erase myself from existence, making all my actions not have happened. Therefore, you, the main character, will not have experienced any of the stuff that happened that's in the series. There will be some minor changes to where people are placed, but otherwise, nothing happened. And so at the end, like, there's this page where it's like, "Thank you, Chainsaw Man. Why did you call me that? Because you fought them with a chainsaw." Oh, right. And people have just been using that template for like every franchise. Like, thank you, name of series. Why did you call me that? Because some reason involving them and how it relates to the series title. Ah, right. It's like just united the entire internet in just mocking how it ended. Finally, from the Anime News Network portion, Yoroi Shinden Samurai Troopers anime second part airs in July. And for those who don't know what the anime title is, in America, the original anime was Ronin Warriors. You know that anime that had like the guys doing the whole samurai armor magical boy transformation thing. Which I always ended up catching like one particular episode over and over again for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, then. Wait, two more. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just trying to get my next word in terms of that. I think I mentioned earlier the actual title of it, Retron 5.
Oh yeah, one of those things. I looked into those, but I like apparently some of the what's it called? It's like that the actual accuracy to actual console hardware isn't quite as good as like actual original hardware. But I mean for like casual playing, like from what I can tell, it's a perfectly serviceable console.
Even so, I think I found the answer to the question. So it's up to me. Will I ever be able? I've known that the Game Boy. I've known that the Game Boy SNES adapter. Will they now be? Now I know that there was an actual adapter that will allow me to experience my old GBAs in full screen.
Speaking of Game Boy adapters for consoles, I believe they actually had one for the N64. Yeah, the Wide Boy 64. It was actually okay. It was an industry-only development and capture tool, but basically it was essentially the Super Game Boy but for like the N64 that could play Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. Or if you want to be normal, you can always there's always just the Game Boy player on for the GameCube. Ooh. More adventures for the My Little Pony RPG, Trixie's Disappearing Act, and Diamond Dice Disaster. Rob Bunny and Friends pilot is confirmed to release on May 31st. I have no idea what that is. The first teaser for a regular show, The Lost Tapes. The series releases on Cartoon Network on May 11th. The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World will air on MeTV Tunes later this year. The Super Mario Bros. Super Show will air on March 30th at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got the first teaser for the Amazing Digital Circus series finale. The episode releases on June 19th, and will apparently be a double-length episode. Hayden Christensen says he had to leave a screening of Revenge of the Sith with his daughter after 20 minutes. But it was getting late, it was past your bedtime, and I was about to take Count Dooku's head off, so I thought that was a good exit point. Like, yeah, fair.
Even last week I found that hilarious, so I had to make sure we would mention it.
Yeah. Oh. Got first look at a manga adaptation of Project Hail Mary, developed by Hajime Go. John Hannah will return for The Mummy 4 in theaters May 19th, 2028. Hey. Major remake of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is reportedly releasing this year. And you take that with a grain of salt. We'll see in whenever like the next Nintendo Direct is. Andrew Garfield says he recently saw the Harry Potter films for the first time, but added that, quote, "We shouldn't be putting money in the pocket of inhuman legislation right now. Through she that shall remain nameless." But the soul and the spirit of a lot of the essence of the themes of those films and the kids are so good. Basically, if you have to get those movies, buy them secondhand.
Just about it. Some back and forth about the Ocarina of Time ports towards Virtual Console and 3DS and the like. So, with this remake announcement,
Yeah.
Bound to get a bit interesting.
Yep. Oh boy. PlayStation is significantly raising the prices of their consoles. The PS5 is going up $100 to $649. The PS5 Digital also getting a $100 price boost to $599. The PS5 Pro going up by $150 to $899, and the Portal going up $50 to $249. Oh, got an update for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Glenn Powell has been cast as Fox McCloud. Like, we really are speedrunning in the build-up to the Smash Brothers cinematic universe. Although, to be fair, it is Super Mario Galaxy, so running into Fox isn't completely out of the question. So, I mean, setting-wise, it does kind of make sense. Hopefully they handle it well.
Even so, I can't help but imagine the Star Fox spin-off series of movies, and the like.
Yeah. Although with all the character announcements... Oh.
It's inevitability at this point.
Yeah. Although I will note that it feels like with all the new character announcements we've been getting recently for the movie, that it feels like the film's cast is starting to get a bit bloated. Like, okay, do we really need all of these characters in the movie? I mean, okay, who knows? The Fox McCloud thing could be like a simple cameo. We don't know yet. It just seems like they're adding in a whole bunch of characters that, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be a good movie, but I'm just a bit wary with how much they're adding to it, you know?
I doubt it's going to be that simple, though, since obviously there's going to be some lineage with Powell's casting.
Yeah.
In my experience, there's been two ways to handle cameos. There's one with minimal lineage, and then there's one with just the appearance, sometimes in the background.
Yeah. When I first looked at the new Lego Helicarrier set, it'll cost $400. Now, this is the Helicarrier from, I believe, Avengers. Yeah, Avengers. Oh, Netflix is raising their prices again. Tubi reacted to this one, stating, quote, raising my price from free to free.
I believe there's more details further on.
Yep. Ah, there we go. So, the Netflix standard with ads plan will be going up $1. The standard without ads plan will be going up $2, and the premium plan is going up also $2. DreamWorks Forgotten Island will have a screening at CinemaCon in April, more than 5 months before the film's release. Or in other words, watch out for spoilers. Got the first poster for the end of Oak Street, starring Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor. The film follows a family who discovers that their neighborhood has been taken back in time to the prehistoric era. In theaters, August 14th. That's certainly a movie premise.
Not to mention pre-screening and premieres. Whatever people
Yep.
do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Sonya Walger has been cast as Freya in the live-action God of War series. The new trailer for Stranger Things, Tales from '85, have been released. The animated series follows the Hawkins group on an adventure set between seasons 2 and 3 of the main show, releasing April 23rd on Netflix. Award-winning filmmaker Nina Lee has revealed that the studios are closely watching the box office results of You, Me, and Tuscany before deciding to support more black rom-coms. Quote, "A film that has nothing to do with me could quite literally change my life. Plus I've heard it's really great, so I'm looking forward to supporting." Okay, so, original animated films from major studios in 2026. From Disney, we have Hexed, releasing November 25th. Sony has Goat in theaters. Netflix has swapped May 1st, and Raygun, to be announced 2026. Leica has Wildwood, October 23rd. Pixar has Hoppers, currently in theaters. And DreamWorks has Forgotten Island, September 25th. Andrew Garfield says he would like to see a live-action Spider-Gwen movie starring Emma Stone and directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. Yorgos Lanthimos. That sounds like a creature from the Orichalcos archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! I summon Yorgos Lanthimos in attack position. She Wrote movie will release on December 22nd, 2027 in theaters, starring Jamie Lee Curtis as Jessica Fletcher. I can see that. That that sounds decent.
I have a feeling she's gonna need it.
Yeah.
Borderlands is still never. Borderlands is not in a good position.
Yeah. Okay, so, a sequel movie to the Lord of the Rings trilogy is officially in the works. The plot synopsis: 14 years after the passing of Frodo, Sam, Merry, and 14 years after the passing of Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin set out to retrace the first steps in their adventure. Meanwhile, Sam's daughter, Eleanor, has discovered a long-buried secret and is determined to uncover why the War of the Ring was very nearly lost before it even began. Stephen Colbert is co-writing the script. I don't know how to feel about this. Like, do we really need a sequel?
It'll be interesting.
And of course, the studios will be like, all the sequels. And... Go ahead.
I'm kind of interested to see what Colbert's doing, given he's a bit of a legend in modern comedy circles, and I don't think we've seen his writing talents, or at the very least, we've rarely seen his writing talents.
Yeah. was doing a thing on my game. I think, oh no, I ran out of materials for the thing I was doing. I need to go farm for that. Okay. Okay. Got the first teaser for the new radio show series, releasing May 11th on Cartoon Network. The lore teases that footage from Beyond the Spider-Verse may be coming soon. Quote, soon. You'll see something soon-ish. The trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day has become the first ever trailer to pass 1 billion views. That's billion with a B. Speaking of Marvel, Vincent D'Onofrio says he and Colin Farrell became friends after bonding over their uncomfortable supervillain costumes. Quote, they can be a pain in the butt, those suits. James Marsden reacts to wearing the comic-accurate Cyclops suit in Avengers Doomsday. Quote, the first movies we were just in black leather, that was very tight. But then to put this on, felt very cool, felt proud. And the visor goes up and I go, I can't see again. Got a post from Weird Al. Quote, we've told all the casting agents that the Weird Al biopic sequel is currently on hold. Give me a moment. But they keep just sending in headshots, and it's a poster of The Rock from the Moana live action movie with just that ridiculous wig. Who thought that was a good idea? Hey, righty then.
Something tells me there might have been overboard in accuracy.
Well, got some good news. Disney has canceled their deal with OpenAI. They plan to invest $1 billion into the company and let Sora have access to AI generate videos of characters from Disney, Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars, but yeah, they decided, like, yeah, no. And as a result, apparently Sora is shutting down. Yay, the internet is healing. A little bit, at least.
I couldn't help but bring this up in response when I first saw that. I believe it was something like, you killed me! Good!
Yep.
I couldn't resist.
Gillian Anderson says the pilot script for Ryan Coogler's X-Files is really good. Quote, have an open mind and give it a chance because it's going to be effing cool. A live-action Cinderella film focused on Cinderella's evil stepsisters is in the works at Disney. Akiva Schaffer is set to direct.
So, seems to be following the steps of the animated sequels in a sense, as I hear they get quite a bit of development in those.
Well, at least one of them does. One of them actually does get a redemption arc, basically. Got the first trailer for Kenji Tanagaki's The Furious. The action thriller follows a tradesman who must fight through a criminal empire to save his kidnapped daughter. In theaters, May 29th. And I'm just like, isn't that just Taken? Like, I feel like Liam Neeson did this already. Several times.
I almost thought you mispronounced Tekken for a moment.
Oh no, not Tekken. Not nearly enough children being thrown off cliffs for that. Got a first look at Daffy Duck and Lola Bunny in Fortnite. Okay, gonna take a look, and apparently Daffy's rocking his Space Jam gear. Oh, they both are. You know what? That actually works for them. I like it. I mean, I don't play Fortnite, but it's a good look for them. I'm just like managing one of my games on one of my other monitors. Like, okay, all right, forgot to do that. I need to switch that. Like, okay, back to the spreadsheet. Oh boy. Epic Games has laid off over 1,000 employees and announced that 3 Fortnite modes will be going offline permanently. Rocket Racing in October, Ballistic on April 16th, and the Festival Battle Stage also on April 16th. So it looks like Epic is trying to make their way onto this year's bottom 10 list. We'll see if they make the cut. The release schedule for Daredevil Born Again Season 2 has been revealed. Episode 2 and 3 will both release on March 31st. The Punisher Special will release 1 week after the Season 2 finale.
If I know how they do it, whenever it's a central subject, they always screw them all together.
Yep. Okay, got a couple of series renewals. Welcome to Derry Season 2 is officially going to happen. Quote, we're all working towards it. It's just that we wanted to make it real, and we need the material. Also, Wonder Man has been renewed for Season 2 at Disney+. Miley Cyrus refilms her Disney Channel Wand intro. Quote, still got it. Got a first look at Tamatoa in the live-action Moana remake. Just gonna take a look at that. Here we have a giant enemy crab or lobster. Well, what is Tamatoa anyway? Oh, it is a giant enemy crab. I can only assume that they have to attack its weak point for massive damage. I mean, come on, you're giving me a picture of a giant crab. I have to.
Sony flashbacks.
What was it, like 2026? Like the release of the PlayStation 3? Ridge Racer! Based off of actual historical Japan, giant enemy crab attack the weak point for massive damage, and $599 US. Truly a year of highs and lows for Sony.
That year dictates 4, honestly, because I remember 3 being part of the generation that included the Xbox 360.
No, it was the PS3 that was the blunder. It was the PS4 era where it's like I want to say that's the one where the reverse course was like, oh, this is how you share games, and then the guy hands the game to another person.
Either way, I think we got the wrong year.
Whatever. I was. It was a rough estimate. Apparently, a Breaking Bad VR game was once in development at Firesprite, but it got cancelled. I mean, to be fair, someone could probably put together a meth lab VR simulator in a couple of weeks, probably. I mean, it's the internet. Someone's probably already working on it. Unless it's already out there. I wouldn't be surprised. Alternatively, a VR mod for Schedule 1. Robert Kirkman says Invincible Season 4 will feature the show's most brutal scene yet. Quote, it even gets us. We scream while we're watching it too. That's when we know we've done a good job. Minecraft theme park is being built at Chessington World of Adventure in England. The destination will include multiple attractions and mobs that guests can meet. As long as they don't stuff the creepers full of explosives.
Well, given that the plushies themselves are well, safe, I don't think that's possible.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose they could stuff them with lithium batteries. I mean, they'll blow up eventually.
I think if anything, if they had to pull off the effects, they would do it in a safe way.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking. Heading over to my other website.
And suddenly I'm now mentioning a lot of movie delectables being possible. Probably not actual model of chicken, mind you, but chicken in a general shape.
Yeah.
And of course, one's going to wonder how they're going to pull off a Technoblade tribute this time.
Well, apparently Ryan Gosling told Hollywood that it's not the moviegoer's job to keep theaters open. It's our job to make things that are worth viewers coming out. And yeah, if all the movies in theaters are absolute crap, no one's gonna go and see them.
Marketing is also important too, because from what I hear, the Jackie Chan version of Running World in AJ's arguably had not so good marketing, and has since been getting a bit of a following of sorts.
Yeah, when you mentioned poor marketing, I immediately thought, what was like Elio, like last year's Pixar whatever movie that kind of bombed because like yeah, apparently the marketing was so poor people didn't even know it was in theaters until like near the end. I mean, mind you, that movie had other issues going on with it, but that didn't help really much either.
But yeah, as much as the product matters, there's a lot of other factors that need to happen in order for it to actually prove itself.
Yeah.
And work for everybody as well.
This is an interesting one. So apparently Jeopardy is launching a spin-off on YouTube, which debuts on March 31st. Yeah, apparently Ken Jennings will be hosting Jeopardy YouTube edition. At the end of the episode, we'll see 3 YouTube creators compete in the episode. Monet X Change, Rebecca Black, and Brennan Lee Bolligan. Or essentially, Internet Celebrity Jeopardy. I mean, it could work.
Sounds like from a behind-the-scenes standpoint, filmed in studio and exclusive to YouTube. Or using a video communications software of sorts compatible with a online version of the game and executing it that way.
Yeah. Oh, apparently Humble Bundle has a deal going on right now for basically the entire collection of Peanuts comic book strips from 1953 to 2000 for about $25. Like, that is a lot of comics. Well, apparently, Michael Mando has been cast in the Gundam movie from Netflix and Legendary, joining Sydney Sweeney and everyone else who's already been cast already.
Repeat the partner with home shops for new Alco FNFBs. For roster new production Pico for the year 2 released. ACL 1504 donated to Tennessee Valley. Sourcing typically grows until terror starts to die down.
I just realized I forgot to unmute my microphone. Yeah, Warhorse Studios, the group behind Kingdom Come Deliverance, is reportedly switching to AI localizations as the English localization editor has been fired.
Following for an idea 1501, certified world down bodywork continues, new material around the curved roof. Some are going to produce cavalry and gutter repair.
Elder Scrolls Blades is shutting down June 30th, 2026. Who else forgot that game even existed?
Junior unveils extended rail packages and new luxury suites. Rather central set date for their Easter Express. B-17 small ring welded to the wrapper and mounting holes should be drilled. because this week I was friends family of Western Dreamer, pacing for Card Winner 97. Bob Russell, Racing Driver, Jesseth, English Hall of Fame World Series Racer, Motocross World Champion. And the most notable ones this week include Barry Caldwell, Better Server Artist Director, Henry X, Jane Fitzmitchers, Pinky the Brain, amongst others. James Tolkien, Back to the Future Top Gun. So it has been, as I mentioned, better part of a month before we can finish up. This kid's a brand hero. This is important to continue with the parent year follow-ups. Going back to some old friends of sorts.
I see. Okay, thanks. Oh. It's a guess I only need like 4 episodes for this week.
said this before, I'll be keeping an eye on some situations to see how the year will pan out for me. I do, at least in the coming month, there'll be at least, actually, two things are probably certain. Biannual of sorts from an intro standpoint, and then as mentioned before, another adding a certain modules and operating session.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can see how things go going forward. And until we can get started on our doing the show the memories. See if I can make